Hey everybody, Real with Wes coming at you. Just want to encourage you real quick today, Thursday. Hope everybody's doing well. Real quick, this Sunday, if you have not registered, it's not required, but if you have not registered, I've made plans to come to our in-person service right there in Harlem at 4 o'clock. Hey, I hope to see you there. It's a blessing when you can come together and be able to allow people to pour into you and you pour into them and develop relationships and then just have an awesome time experiencing God in a place together as we gather. So we're excited about that. And of course, Saturday at 6 p.m. I hope to see you guys virtually online, man. Keep developing, keep growing. That's what this is all about. So getting right into this though, some quick encouragement, man. When we can shift our perception on trouble and how we view it, boy, we can change our attitude. We can change how we approach it. We can live in this place and elevate in faith and trusting in God instead of living in fear and defeat. Man, you can live in victory with your trouble in all situations. But how do we do that? First of all, of course, it's God. We talked about here in James. I've been reading through this. So let me just read it and I'm going to pick apart. I'm going to lift another part and kind of emphasize this. Dear brothers and sisters, when trouble comes your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know when your faith is tested or tried, which is faith, I trust in God, it's challenged. Your endurance or patience, the longevity of that faith and trust in God has a chance to grow. So let it grow, for when your endurance is fully developed, comes to full, you let it go to its full, it plays out to its full capacity, you will be perfect, complete, and needing nothing. Now, that's why I want to emphasize that development part. Complete, needing nothing. What is that actually talking about? God's not the author of trouble. And here's the other thing I've come really clear to make sure I draw this line up. Even if someone or you or Satan is the author behind that trouble, God doesn't pick it up as an instrument to use to teach us anything either. He's not any of that. God's simple mode, he steps in with his love is, let me show you how to overcome this trouble. That's what God is doing in us. So make room, first of all, my thing is, and be patient and allow God to show you his way of overcoming. That's really where the patient comes from, because we get impatient because we want it our way, we want it instant, we want it just off, we want the pain done. And God's saying, no. I'm not here to let you suffer. That's not the goal either. God's not about you suffering in that moment. Our suffering a lot of times is self-inflicted because our perception of it. So you can live out from under the pain and the affliction and the torment, even though it's going on all around you. It doesn't have to get in you. You shift your perception and be patient to allow God to work, because trust, God is working. But here's where it is complete. We think, well, I just got out from under it, or I got the manifestation of the car or the bills paid or something. God is talking about something much bigger, because those things are temporal. They'll come and go all through life. The longer you live on this earth, you know that. And you will find that out. Complete and needing nothing is here. Complete and needing nothing. Oh, well, God's been working in me while all this stuff is going on, which is, truth is, trouble is always going on. God's been working in me and working things out of me and replacing it with the things you need. God, in the midst of the trouble, is working the insecurities out of me. God, in the midst of the trouble, is working out my anger issues, my frustration issues in the moment that keep causing me to be set back from experiencing victory. God has been working out all these different character defects that actually cause self-sabotage in the face of trouble. And if we're patient and allow God, not just trying to get out from under the trouble, allow God to change what's going on here. I'm talking about your way of thinking is what it is, and emotions and decision making. Ultimately, He's going to remove some things out of you, replace it with the new things, and it's going to cause you to keep overcoming, instead of the vicious cycle of self-sabotage. And what it is, what I want you to know, you're going to develop and get stronger each time. That's what's going to happen. So the complete now becomes in needing nothing. Well, I don't need this validation because God's validated me. I don't need this void filled in me here because God has filled that void. And see what happens, the reason why trouble keeps exposing those areas in your life. I know it does with me. Exposes those weak areas and goes bam and gets a hook on you. And then it's like, oh, I'm spirit storming. Well, God wants you to help get victory over that. See, that's the opportunity when trouble shows up, to be joyful that God is going to work some things off of you and work some things in you where trouble can't torment you anymore. That's the difference. Trouble's going on 24/7. But the choice for it to torment you and cause you fear in your life, that's This is what God wants to deal with, because you literally can walk through trouble and it not torment you, it not vex you. It'll try. The pressure will be there, but it doesn't get in you and starts wreaking havoc on your mind, your emotions, and your world. Man, that's the difference, because why? I've learned to trust God. That when trouble shows up, I don't let it torment me, because I know God's got me. This is what we're talking about developing, this attitude, this posture, because trouble's going to keep showing up, but our position and how we respond to it can completely change, which can change how we go through trouble or how we overcome trouble, and all the aspects of it, but most importantly, how we see trouble. This is what I want you to see. When trouble shows up, man, just look to God. Consider Him, because He wants to walk you through the process to end up complete, whole, needing nothing, and in a position to continuously go through life victory after victory after victory. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. Went a little longer, but hope you were blessed by that. We'll keep building on this. Go back and listen to the past 3 days. It'll make a little more sense too, what we've been building up, and then come back tomorrow and we'll wrap this thing up before we go into the weekend. Church Saturday, church Sunday. All right, guys, have a great day.